Hi everyone, my name is Kasturi Shah and I've cleared the UPSC Civil Services examination this year with an All India rank of 68th, and this is my first attempt. So I'm here to talk to you about my preparation journey, what all I have done that led to the preparation, and finally me clearing this examination. I graduated in English Language and Literature in 2021, and soon after graduation I decided to prepare for this examination. So I wanted to write the examination after a year of full-fledged and focused preparation. So firstly, it was about deciding the optional. So now there arose a confusion. Should I choose a subject which I've already done in my graduation and I was equally passionate about literature, or should I choose a subject from the social sciences which I've done my class 11 and 12 in, because I'm from the humanities stream. So I also had this inner thought which took me like, okay, I want to go back to the social sciences, do a subject say like sociology. So initially I tried my hands at learning Malayalam literature for about a month, and then I decided no, this is not exactly what I want as my optional, and then I switched over to sociology. So after coming to sociology, I realized that this is the subject that I exactly wanted as my optional. So first 4 months of my preparation journey was devoted to learning sociology, preparing notes, and also answer writing. I practiced writing answers for sociology. I took tests for sociology, and so at the end of 4 months my base in the optional subject was quite strong. I had covered both paper 1 and paper 2 of sociology, and I also had a sir here at Trivandrum who could guide me, who could mentor me and correct my answers as well. So apart from that, those 4 months, as I only had to learn sociology, I also found that I had some additional time which I could also devote to revising and going through my school books. So I got the textbooks of the NCERTs from class 6 to 12, and I just went through it, read through it again. And these 4 months were also the time in which I could polish my newspaper reading skills. Back in school and college, I was not a regular reader of, say, an English daily, but I used to read the vernacular newspaper. I am from Kerala and the language is Malayalam, so I used to read a Malayalam newspaper, but nothing like the Hindu or the Indian Express. So it was my New Year resolution in January 2022. On the 1st of January, I decided, okay, from now on I'm going to read the English newspaper, the Hindu, which is available here in Trivandrum. So the first day, I remember when I sat with the newspaper, it took me hours and hours. It stretched on to say 3 days to finish the newspaper of January 1st, and then I just got a bit down. I began to doubt myself. I began to think whether it will be possible for me to really carry on with this preparation, read the newspaper like this. So, but still, a lesson that I've learned is to persist, to hold on, to go on further without giving up. It was not like showing anybody, it was showing myself. It was proving to myself that I am capable of doing it. So, and then I went on with reading newspapers, and trust me, at the end of 4 months, I was able to finish the newspaper within like 1.5 hours. So with practice, anything is possible. Practice will definitely make us get perfect in things that we are aiming to achieve. So after that, what happened was, after the 4 months, let me summarize for you. I did my optionals. Secondly, the NCERTs, I revised it once over. And thirdly, the newspaper, picking out the important articles from the newspaper. So that was what happened. So initially I used to prepare certain notes from the newspaper just to get a hold of things. But after a few months, I got sufficient clarity over the ideas and I stopped making detailed notes from the newspapers. And after that, now from May onwards, I adopted an integrated prelims mains GS approach. I joined a private coaching institute here at Trivandrum, and I sat for the online classes, and occasionally weekly I went over there to write the tests. So this integrated approach went on till almost like November, where we learn subjects both for the prelims as well as for the mains, including subjects like the world history, international relations, or say polity, economics, geography, all the subjects. But from November onwards, that is when the prelims test series begin. So when the prelims test series began in November, we had the test series schedule, and now I aligned my revision and preparation as per the test series schedule. And for a while I stopped learning the main subjects like say world history or internal security or the Indian society. Those are main specific subjects which I decided I'll come back to it after the prelims. So another thing that I did in my preparation journey was the early preparation for ethics that I did. I found most of my friends prepare for ethics after clearing mains, but one thing that worked out for me in this preparation was I could revise and learn ethics early on, like from October to January. That is almost like 4 months before prelims. I could revise ethics properly. I could learn the subject. I had my notes ready already. So after that, now it became like full-time focused prelims preparation where I did practice a lot of questions. I took tests from different institutes across India. I polished my guessing skills. I think that's what works most in the prelims. There are limits to the content that we can acquire or get knowledge. So there are limits to the amount of content that we can acquire by learning or reading books. But ultimately what works when we sit for cracking the prelims is this ability to logically guess the answers, arrive at the answers with whatever basic knowledge that we have. So that was a kind of passive revision that we could have done, like going through books, reading it again, but I decided the passive revision is not the thing, so I went for a kind of active revision by solving questions. So solving questions and getting that checked and finding out what are the weak areas to improve, what are my strong areas, how many number of optimum attempts should I do, all these things came through a regular solving of questions and also by going through the previous year questions of prelims. So coming on to the next phase of the preparation journey, of course, it's the mains examination. Once the prelims results came out in June 2023, now the next 3 months was completely devoted to mains. But when it came to mains, what made the journey easier was the optional. I was already confident about that. Ethics also, I've already done it way back before the prelims, so that was also manageable. Now I had a bit of areas to revise, like in international relations I was not that strong, so I took some time to learn that, and for internal security certain main specific topics. And also it was during this time that I started preparing notes from the newspaper. Notes does not mean extensive kind of notes, but value addition points like examples, statistics, quotes, case studies from the newspaper as well as magazines like Yojana and Kurukshetra. I had the separate notebook where I noted down these facts from the newspaper, which would come in handy while I write a mains answer. So just those crisp points during those 3 months, and then it was the mains examination, and I was confident about writing because I have this practice of answer writing and I feel comfortable writing an answer because compared to the prelims I found the mains process much more interesting, because for prelims I was not this, especially for CSAT I found the maths part, the logical reasoning part quite challenging, but when it came to mains it was quite organic, whether it came to essay writing or the case of writing long answers. The challenge here was time management, that is being able to write the answers within that limited amount of time, but I think with practice that also came in right. So and after mains it was the interview preparation. The interview preparation was something that's most enjoyable in all 3 phases. I got to take a lot of mocks, I interacted with a lot of senior bureaucrats, and also the DAF was the biggest part of interview preparation. At GS Core also I sent in them my DAF, and they helped me prepare this list of questions based on my DAF. Based on each DAF pointers I got this document from GS Core where they shared with me the questions, and that helped me to prepare on my DAF. So the DAF based preparation, the current affairs, as well as I also revised a bit of my graduation subject about my home state Kerala. So that was how the interview preparation went, and at the end of the day, looking back, feeling grateful to God, thankful for the people who have been with me throughout this journey for helping me ace this. So thank you.